Hi, my name is Mr. Isa and you're welcome to this video on concentration of solution, and in this one we'll be looking at concentration in grams per dm cube, and later on we'll look at concentration in moles per dm cube. You see what all that is as we move on. So take this solution, couple of solutions, each one of them is 1000 cm cube in volume, 1000 cm cube. So if I tell you that I dissolved 100 grams of raspberry in the first one, 200 in the second one, and so on, and I ask you which one of them is the most concentrated, you will say is that one here. This one is the most concentrated. Why? Because it's containing a large amount in the same volume compared to all of them. They all have the same volume, but this contains the largest amount. So what is concentration? Concentration tells you about how much or the amount you have of a substance in a given volume, and in this case is 1000 cm cube. So the amount of a solute in a given volume. So a solute is simply any chemical that can dissolve, and a solvent can be just water. So if I give you these two solutions and I tell you that in this one I put 50 grams in 100 cm cube of water, 50 grams of salt, and then in this one I put 75 grams in 200 cm cube of water, and I ask you which one of them is more concentrated, I believe you'll be tempted to think that, oh, we've got 75 grams in 200 cm cube, so this one will be more concentrated. But if you think about it, this is double the volume of that. This is double the volume of that. So to compare it fairly, why don't you just compare them in same volume? So if you take this one, every 100 cm cube contains 50 grams. But every 100 cm cube of this one contains only 35 grams. So this one is more concentrated than that one. So how do you calculate concentration? Because as you see here, there are two things that are at play here. We have volume and we have mass. So concentration is simply the mass in grams divided by volume in dm cube. So what's dm cube? You'll see that in a minute. So the unit of concentration, which you should know, in this case should be grams, which is the mass, divided per dm cube. That's the volume. So if you are the type who likes the triangle, here it is. You can pause the video and copy this now. So it's important to know this, the dm cube, cm cube conundrum. So volumes can be measured in both cm cube and dm cube, but we scientists prefer dm cube. So what is dm cube? It's simply 1000 cm cube. So 1000 cm cube makes 1 dm cube. So there will be a lot of conversions if you do concentration calculations. So it's good you know that. If you want to convert from dm cube to cm cube, the way I remember it is, here you can see that cm cube is a large number. 1000 of the cm cubes gives you 1 dm cube. So this is the big number, and this here is a small number. So to convert from a small number to a big number, multiply by 1000. And to do the opposite, to convert from a large number, cm cube, 1000, cm cube is always the bigger number. To convert from the large number to the small number, dm cube, divide it by 1000. So it's good you know this conversion because we'll be using it a lot. So now, I want you to have a practice of how to use the concentration formula, mass divided by volume. So if you pause this video, this is fairly easy. I just thought I should put this in so you can have a go at calculating concentration. It's simply mass divided by volume. So if you divide the mass divided by the volume, it should give you the concentration. So pause the video and try this now. Right, if you did, this should be the answer you should expect. Just the mass divided by the volume should give you this as concentration in grams per dm cube. But the questions are not always going to come like that. They will come in forms like this. If I move this slightly down, yeah. So if you had a solution with a concentration of 10 grams per dm cube, what volume would contain 2 grams? So here you've been given the concentration, you have the mass, what is the volume? So if you use this triangle, you know that volume equals mass divided by concentration. So the mass is 10 grams, the concentration, the mass is 2 grams, concentration is 10 grams, so this will be your answer. But then sometimes you'll be asked to find the volume in cm cube. And remember, dm cube is the smaller number. We're trying to convert it to the bigger number, which is dm cube. So what do? You multiply by 1000. So that gives you 200 cm cube. Right, let's try this question. It says that what mass of a solute would need to be dissolved in 2 dm cube, which is the volume, to make 25 grams per dm cube, which will be the solution. So your concentration, the concentration will be 25 gram per dm cube, and your volume will be 2 dm cube. So your mass is what you don't know. Again, if you use this, it will be mass will be equal to concentration times volume, which is 25 times 2, which gives you 50 grams. Really simple. Now, finally, I need you to pause the video and try this question saying that what is the concentration of a solution if you've been given 13.25 of solute, and it was dissolved in water to give a total of 250 cm cube. That means your volume. Try this question by pausing the video. Now, the volume was given to you in cm cube, so you need to convert it to dm cube. First off, you should know the concentration is mass divided by volume, which is what you've been asked to calculate. Your volume must be converted, like I said before, and cm cube is the larger number. Remember, we want to go to the smaller number. So what do? You divide by 1000 to give you 0.25 dm cube. So now put that in the equation. You get 13.25 divided by 0.25, and that gives you 53 grams per dm cube. So finally, I want you to try these 3 questions. So if you pause the video and do that, practicing the equation on concentration, I have the triangle here for you. And if you did, this should be your answers. I hope you got it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.